Dr. Trish Lee. Let's talk about the three main side effects of consuming too much pornography. Okay, number one is easy. It is a lot of time. I'm going to say wasted. Some people will argue with me, but a lot of time spent watching highly stimulating graphic material. So first of all, science proves that spending all that time getting artificial dopamine dumps into your brain is making it so that that activity becomes highly rewarding for you. And that is what keeps drawing you back for more and more and more, because your brain thinks that you're accomplishing something by getting the release of the dopamine from the reward center in your brain. At the same time, though, unfortunately, it's hijacking the reward center in your brain. And the hijacked brain is what pornography-induced brains are being called these days, because the reward center is completely taken over and it is altered so that it misfires highly for pornography consumption and masturbation, and then less in the real world. So what happens is all that time spent watching pornography makes it so that you have less motivation to go into the world and to go to work and really crank out your best work, or to engage in a purpose and to be motivated to get things done around your house, in your hobby, spending time with your friends, because it no longer gives you the same stimulation as the porn does. So it keeps pulling you back for more and more and more. That's why it's so sleuthy. That's why I say, yes, this is an addiction. People will tell me it's not too, because it feels good and it will induce a false sense of flow in the brain while you're watching it, but it really can mess with how you interact with the world. Okay, which leads us to number two. It's proven to create mood disorders or difficulties. So there's more anger, rage, depression, anxiety. You'll feel irritable. So if you've noticed that you have more anger or just things make you mad that shouldn't, that is a side effect of porn consumption. It changes the way that you interact with the world. Again, going back to, you're not getting the release of dopamine for interacting with your family or your friends now, not half as much as it is when you're watching the porn. So what happens is your brain goes, this isn't working for me. I'm not getting any excitement here. I'm not getting rewarded. I'm not getting pain reduction and pleasure. I need to go back and watch more of porn because that's where I'm getting the release that I need, which leads to the last side effect of porn is that there's, I had to look at my notes because I tried to reduce it to 3 so I wasn't just ranting, if you've seen some of my other videos, is that compulsive masturbation, which goes along with pornography watching or consumption, can lead to erectile dysfunction. So there's a lot of sexual dysfunction that falls out for people because they watch too much porn. So number one is that you prefer to watch the images on your computer or your phone opposed to being with a real live human being. And then this messes with your relationship. So if you're in a relationship, the porn that you're watching will either show up in the bedroom because you'll try to do some of those sexual acts that just aren't realistic in relationships most times, or you won't want to go into the bedroom. You'll just want to go onto your phone or your computer because that is where you're getting the pain reduction and the pleasure release that you're looking for, which is probably, if you've been watching porn for a long time, triply heightened than you could ever actually get in the real world. And then if you are coupling masturbation